Yeah,
It's a totally different.
it's a little different. I think it sounds nice. Feels different.
Feels different, but do you think the sound is, do you like the sound better?
I do. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not as bright. Like it's more mellow and it's more dynamic.
Yeah.
It just feels a little softer in the space, but I think that's fine for almost everything.
Yeah, and you'll get used to it.
I'll get used to it, and it
Welcome. Welcome to this evening. Here on this day after an election characterized by a great deal of anxiety and fear. Fear that for most of us has now been realized. We've gathered tonight to acknowledge that anxiety and that fear. And at least for this brief time together, let it go. At least as much of it as we can, here in this sanctuary of the Spirit, here in the shelter of each other. This evening we will sing and listen and light candles and share. And I want to thank Leah and Rhonda and Diane and Cray and Kaz and Charlotte and Rachel and all the folks who helped put together the potluck that we had just a short time ago. I want to acknowledge and welcome the many people who are watching from home. I want to acknowledge and thank all the people that have donated money and knocked on doors and sent postcards and made phone calls and otherwise worked for a different result than the one that we have. The one that we will have to deal with for at least another 4 years. 4 years that it's likely it will take decades to recover from. Mostly I want to thank you, my beloved church community, for being here, for being you, for being faithful, for the love that you show each other every day, for being, at least in my humble opinion, a bright light in a world that today took a step in the opposite direction of light. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being with us online. Venus Williams, and that's Venice, not Venus Williams, the tennis player, but Venus Williams is a black educator and activist in Minnesota, and I've taken quite a bit of comfort today from some words that she published this morning. She wrote, "You are awakening to the same country you fell asleep to. The very same country. Pull yourself together. And when you see me, don't ask me, what do we do now? How do we get through the next 4 years? Some of my ancestors dealt with at least 400 years of this under worse conditions. Continue to do the good work. Continue to build bridges, not walls. Continue to lead with compassion. Continue the demanding work of liberation for all. Continue to dismantle broken systems, large and small. Continue to set the best example for the children. Continue to be a vessel of nurturing joy. Continue right where you are, right where you live into your days. Do so in the name of a Creator who expects nothing less from each of us. And if you're not continuing all of the above in community, in partnership, in collaboration, what is it you have been doing? What is it you are waiting for?" Let us begin.
Please join us in some singing. You may stand or sit as you feel most comfortable. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I'll 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 breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out loud. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out loud. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out loud. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out loud.
Can we lower the lights a little bit? Please join me in a spirit of meditation, reflection, or prayer. Enter into this moment, breathing deeply, calling upon all the sources of love and of light that are within ourselves and without us. Spirit of life, sources of many names and of no name, allow us in this moment to be aware of the beating of our own hearts. We enter, first of all, grateful for the people all around us, in our neighborhoods and cities and states and here in this room, who do the good work of making sure we are fed and healing and adequately medicated and connected and comforted and loved on. We know that we are supported by love, by the shelter of each other, even as our beautiful and broken world appears to lurch toward all that is antithetical to love. In this time of uncertainty, fear, grief, anger, it is okay. It is necessary to feel all of these things. Remind us that connection and care are the keys to our strength in times like this. Give us what we need to hold one another in the sadness, in the despair, in the anger that may creep up on us when we least expect it. Open our eyes to the truth of what sustains us. In this space, here, right now, among friends, we can surrender. We can care for one another right now and hold in our hearts all of our deep sadness and pain at the ways people and systems do unfathomable harm. We may not know how to capture the essence of these prayers. We may not know what happens to them. We may not have any certainty about who or what may be listening when we direct our energies or our prayers in certain ways. All that we ask is that today we be surrounded and held, both in our clarity and in our uncertainty, in our hopefulness and in our distress, with love and with compassion. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family. There is sorrow in my town. There is panic in the nation. There is wailing the whole world round. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. May the children see more clearly. May the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it burns our eyes. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. So lift me up to the light of change.
All is Not Lost by J.J. Flagg and Victoria Safford. Friend, go to the window, open the door, move away from the screen, pocket your phone. For just a moment, sometime today, let this November air mess with your hair, caress your crumpled, tear-streaked face, kiss your bare hands as it has since you were small, and it will as you grow old. All is not lost. Go to the window, open the door. If you can't, if you're sick or in jail or at work with no break, if you're stuck in an airport or riding a train or in labor right now, if your body can't move to the window or door, just imagine you can smell the rain, taste the wind, the body and breath of the beautiful world. Close your eyes, breathe deep, drink deep, the nourishing, life-giving air, and let it be spirit inside you. Breathe in life and breathe out again, life. Breathe more. This is your life and our life together, you and I, and all the beloveds at risk now as never before. Humans and trees, rivers and land, animals, children and birds. Breathe in love for them. Breathe in love for us all. Protection, resolve. And when you're able, when you're ready, whenever you can, breathe out a prayer of hope. This may take a while. We may have to hold our breath a long while, gulping in air as if we were desperate, which today, my friend, we are. Breathe in rage and fear and fury, bone weariness, grief, panic, disgust. Breathe out a whisper, a sliver, a shiver, a single frail molecule of hope to be carried like milkweed, God only knows where. You know this and must not forget. Still and always we are held within, and we compromise a larger love. We are held within, and we compromise. The mighty, irrefutable persistence and resistance of our ancestors, and the urgent, laughing beauty of our children. We are held within as we comprise holy and ferocious power. Spirit, breath moves through us still, inspiring, insisting. Any act of love we undertake henceforth will be a revolution. Open your window, go to the door, reach for a neighbor, even a stranger. Now I believe, as I didn't before, that you could knock on almost any door, tremble in the threshold, and when they open, collapse in their arms. They'll hold you. You'll hold them, weeping, fist pounding, amazed at your brazen audacity, a little embarrassed, but mostly emboldened. What on earth is left for us to lose? Take a breath, taste the wind, drink the rain. This feast prepared anew each day. Remember who you are and whose, the beloveds and beloved, who know you by name, who expect great things of you, which is to say that you will keep on keeping on, never alone, and with all your dignity still shining. Breathe deep and notice who's hurting, who now is in danger, who needs your prayers of hope, and more than that, way more, in order to survive. Hold out your brave and loving hands, stronger than you know, your brave and beating heart, and do not, under any circumstances, let go of beauty and truth. Do not let go of faith and hope and love. We are held within, and we compromise a holiness no tyrant can diminish or demean.
I've been afraid for a long time. I know how it feels to be scared. I know what it means to be there, all alone in the dark with your thoughts and your fears and your prayers. But now is for sure the wrong time to be on your own. I'll be the warm to your cold. I'll be the new to your old. And even in a war zone, I'll be your home. And even if the sky begins to fall, and even if they try to build that wall, even if the bombs go off and the world is set on fire, well, I got your back. I will be near. My love will last. I'll be right here. And I got you. I got you. I got your back. I will be near. My love will last. I'll be right here. And I got you. I got you. I got you. Love is a revolution. It twists and it turns and it burns, but it heals. When it steals, it returns. Join in the rebellion. It's time to save the world. Ooh, I can imagine a future where there is no hate. Forget what they say, you have always been great. I'll see you on the battle line. I got your back and I know you've got mine. And even when you're running from the flames, and even when you're crying from the pain, even when there's no more time and the seas are overflowing, I got your back. I will be near. My love will last. I'll be right here. I got you. I got you. I got your back. I will be near. My love will last. I'll be right here. I got you. I got you. We got your back, we will be near. Our love will last, we'll be right here. And we got you. we got you.
I want to invite all of you to participate in a small, meaningful ritual. I'm going to invite you to come up, not like all at once, but calmly and quietly, and light one of these candles. And Nellie's going to help us out with this. And then I'm going to be here with a microphone, and if you care to, share a few words. Maybe about what you fear, maybe about what you hope for. That's the ritual. And we'll go until we run out of candles or we run out of things to say, which might take a little while, which is okay. So there's this very easy technique to this. The lit candle stays vertical. You pick up your tea candle. I fear apathy. I fear for my trans daughter. I fear for this earth. And the fact that we can gather together and speak our truths gives me hope.
I fear that our democracy will end. I hope for an end to racism and misogyny.
Gay son, I fear for all trans children. I fear that women will get discouraged and stop fighting. And what I know is that we are resilient and we've been fighting for a long time, and this is the place to be.
I fear for all those who have been called or named Donald Trump's enemies, and I hope that love can overcome. For all my students today who said, I go back to my country now. Hope for the strength of this community, and that I have colleagues and family and friends who say, we got you.
Fear for my non-binary, queer, neurodivergent, non-white immigrant child who doesn't really communicate how they feel, and I wish they would, but I know that they can't. And I fear for our very privileged white sons who still are not afraid to speak out, and I fear for everybody's children. And I don't know what to hope for, which is why I'm here.
Good evening. I fear for my sister, who has been the victim of sexual assault twice, that her bodily autonomy and ability to abort anything that is put inside her against her will no longer exist. It's good that it exists in this state, but she's out of state, in a red state. That should be available to everyone. And I also fear that these withering institutions of liberalism are going to crumble, and that they will not be able to withstand the might and subversion of fascism and the hatred that comes with it, and that the working class will have just signed their death warrant by flipping as they have. Thank you.
I fear for our planet and our democracy. My gay kids, everybody's trans kids. My daughter's immigrant students who refused to go home today because they were afraid. And I can't believe I saw today that they said, "Welcome to how Germany woke up." A third were going to be killed, a third wanted them to be killed, and a third let them be killed. And I can't believe we let America get here. But we'll get through it, right? We'll love each other, and it's an excuse to bond.
I guess what I fear most is a forced sense of personality, which is something other than authentic and compassionate. And I guess what I hope for is that as general trend we can, as country, as a society, move towards a place where we can increase well-being as well as encourage more compassion and authenticity in our communities.
I fear for all of our kids. The ones we have now, the ones we hope to have someday. Will this world exist for my kids to have kids? I shouldn't be so selfish. But I am. I fear for the foolishness and recklessness that we've unleashed. Not us personally, but that has been unleashed upon this world. But I hope that we find the compassion and the courage and the gumption to fight each other and hold each other and show each other what those mean.
What I fear most is willful ignorance. What I hope for, resilience.
I fear for democracy and the rule of justice in our country. And I hope that our love as a community can turn the tide.
I hope that we can all find the courage to continue to love even when it's really hard, and even those who it is very hard to love.
I fear violence, and I hope for joy over fear.
I fear for the children, I guess, the kids that have no idea and may not live in a place that I was raised in. That's a big fear for me, and I hope that we all can reach out to those kids in our lives and make them feel safe.
I've been remembering today that Mike said to us on Sunday, preparation. It helped. Thank you.
I fear for a further lack of understanding, where there's already so much of it already in our society, in our community. I fear that there will be more lives lost as a result. Not just in Palestine, but in so many other places, like Sudan and the Congo, and all over the world. I fear that there won't be safe places to be in community like this one. I hope for this to be a motivation for each one of us to keep doing the work with our loved ones, our friends, our community members, even the ones that we don't agree with. And I hope that we can always keep that dialogue open.
I fear for our democracy. I fear for all of the marginalized populations, all of my queer friends, all of the immigrants. I hope for a better world. I hope for all of the people to keep doing the good work.
I fear, because of our fear, that we have stopped listening to each other, that we really aren't paying attention to what the opposition is saying, and they're not paying attention to us. And I hope that we can begin to listen.
I fear for the institutions that already have been harmed over the last 10 years by the appearance of our next president. That would be the press, the courts, and the electoral system. And my hope is that we band together to buttress those with everything we do. I've been sending texts all day to my family and friends about mobilizing. Not sure what it means yet. And I keep remembering all day Alex Navalny's words about never giving up.
I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to hold you, to heal you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
I have such gratitude for the music makers here today. A good many people I've spoken with today have been asking some version of, how could this happen? What are those people thinking? How could someone, anyone, but especially any people of color or migrants or the children of immigrants, how could any woman vote so clearly against their own safety, their own worth, their own self-determination? I wish I had good answers to that. I don't. Except perhaps to acknowledge what we already know, which is that the people who feel that they won this election when they look out their eyes, they see a different world than the one that I see. My colleague, Reverend Sue Gabrielson, wrote, "We must remember that the people with whom we may disagree are no less human, no less worthy than ourselves. Bring us to understand that all of our political views, all of our views, express what we strive for and what we're afraid of what we're trying to protect, of what we are defending against, what we're angry about, and what we have given up on. Our passion is grounded in our experience. Give us strength to better understand one another and give us the gift of empathy so that we will hear more than just viewpoints and arguments, and that we also listen for the pain and the yearning behind them." I'll confess to you, I'm struggling with that today. I'm angry. Like many of you, I have wanted to believe that we're better than that. And like many of you, it is not pleasant to have your illusions shattered. Amen? Maybe the only positive thing I've been able to see today is that, again, the veil has been pulled back. And the country that we really are has spoken up and made itself plain. Unveiled. Personified in many ways in a poster boy for white male privilege, misogyny, racism, entitlement, and fear. Today, right now, we know that people of color and migrants and gay and lesbian and non-binary and transgender and intersex people are less safe than they were yesterday. Today, we know that women are even further disempowered than they were yesterday. Today, we know that the planet that sustains us will get no relief from our government or from the industries that have purchased it. Today, we know that all that is required to be considered an enemy is to express a desire for liberation from oppression, or for future generations, or for the non-human world to be given consideration and respect. All day I've been stewing what on earth I might say to you tonight. I've landed on 3 things that I think need to be said. First, I think there is a need, like a spiritual, social, emotional need, to acknowledge and be real with what we feel. Share those feelings with others. Know that those feelings are legitimate. There's no healing in denial. Second, there is a human, I believe, a profoundly spiritual need to have even just a little bit of hope somewhere, somehow, for something. Even a small hope can make a huge difference. We talked about hope at our Whole Soul studio last Sunday and came to the conclusion, hope is inseparable from action. Hope is in doing something. And the third thing I think needs to be said, and I will say more about this coming Sunday, is that when we know in advance that we are about to be fed years of egregious lies, there is a need to be utterly committed to the truth. We must be honest. We must be brutally honest with ourselves and with each other. We must put in the effort to see as clearly as possible the difference between truth and the lies, between what is real and what is only intended to confuse, belittle, or disempower us. Krishnamurti once said, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." I think I'll do a sermon. I'll call it Creative Maladjustment or something like that. There will come a time when we need to organize and raise money and knock on doors and march and demand and be heard and again stand up for all the people who have been disenfranchised or who are further disenfranchised by a small majority of our common electorate. The time will come when we will need to look hard at the other political party too, the one most of us put our hopes in, and ask why they are so beholden to empire. The time will come when we need to take seriously the need to do whatever we can to change not just the politics of our country, but the hearts and minds of our fellow citizens, so that we can all together stand up for a more meaningful justice, a more inclusive society, a sustainable ecosystem, and like maybe how just some basic decency in how people are treated. That day is coming. That ongoing work has had a setback in the last 24 hours, but it hasn't gone away. And your voices and your votes and your work and your sacrifice will be required. But for today, here, now, together, here's my best advice. Hold on to each other. Hold on to each other. Focus on the people you love. Focus on the people who love you. Here in the aftermath of the election, before the storm of the next administration, all the people who need you still need you. All the people who you need, you still need them. We need each other to grow. We need each other to thrive, to learn, to become more fully human, more aware of grace. And by that I mean, I need you to thrive and learn and become more fully human, more aware of grace. And you need me to thrive and learn and become more fully human and more aware of grace. Let's be that community together. Because I cannot think of a clearer, more potent way to resist the forces of denial and division than by being a community committed to love. Amen? Amen. Amen.
Y'all feel like standing for this one? Let's rise as you're willing and able. Join in singing, "There is More Love Somewhere."
There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love there is more hope somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more hope somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more peace somewhere. There is more light somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more joy somewhere.
My friends, in a round world, what goes around comes around. Seasons and cycles of stars and planets and oceans and tides, seasons and cycles of birth and death and unexpected resurrection. You and I and we are inextricably connected to all that is and was and ever will be. Amen.